Hey friends, it's Dave here with Creative Drones on the Dave It Yourself channel. As you can see, I'm in the middle of projects galore here, and right now I've got the Valiant on my temporary bench, and you might notice that it looks like it has some nacelles underneath the wings. Well, sort of does. Those are not for jets though, those are for something else, and get into that in a minute. But as you can see, I have pontoons on it. This is not the pontoons that go on it. I do not have the pontoons that go on it. I do have a plethora of pontoons, so I use these. So we'll go into detail more about how I got these to get on there, because they are nice and secure. So we'll go over that here in a minute too. So if you want to see exactly what I got going on here, well, you know what I recommend you do. You stick around.
Stick around, make sure to stick around.
Alright friends, you can kind of see what we've got going on here with the Valiant. Got it cameraed up here with the run cam. Have it the bind plug swapped out and put a actual power bind lead on there, so I can utilize that for FPV. However, on this particular run, I've got FPV here on the side that I'm running off of a lead that just plugs into the balance lead on the battery itself. So that's a little easy peasy job there. And as you notice, I have it aimed down, so we'll go over that here in a minute. And then, like I said, the pontoons themselves were not the pontoons that go on here. I believe these are the ones that go on the turbo timber, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll show you kind of a little bit what we got going on here in the bottom, because like I said, these are the turbo timber ones. These do not go with the Valiant, but they are the same size as the ones the Valiant would use, I believe. So what I've had to do is I've had to secure these on here myself, and then also had to create some sort of way for the pull line itself, which are on the rudders, to actually come back to this rear rudder, and then from there work just fine. So let me flip her over and I'll show you what we got going on. We can also take a better look at what those nacelles are. Okay. Alright, show you what we got going on here. Okay, so as you might notice, these nacelles have a mechanical drop mechanism in there. Let me show you what that is. You usually use the drop mechanism that comes along with these quantum bomb drops, and these are the ones that split apart. You can fill them with powder and they split apart. But what I'm using here are the E-flite serverless payload releases. But you notice that this particular unit is pretty thick, so it would just kind of eat up that wing pretty good. I want to do that. So what I'm using is a couple of halves of pool noodle to just raise it up and be nice and light and sturdy at the same time, and mounted them in there like that. And then from there, I have put the receiver part itself, or the connection part itself, on these dollar store whistle footballs. And these just go on like this. Click, click. And then the other one goes on like this. Click, click. Whoops. There we go. Alright. And that's how that works. And those little bad boys will stay on there just fine. And I've got that servo release hooked to the gear switch, and then they should drop just fine. I'm going to go ahead and mount some streamers to those here in a minute so we can get some really good guided fall and hopefully keep some good visuals on that as well. Let me go ahead and flip this around some more so you can see what I'm doing with the landing gear here, or with the pontoons. So with the pontoons, you can see here I did use the front receiver hitch. I did not use any of the screws or anything. This is just the paper tape and some hot glue smear holding everything in place there. Here's the lead for the FPV camera. And then in the rear here, since it did not fit in that receiver area, which is where I've mounted the magnetic mount for the Insta360 Go, which I'll have some downward video of that for the bomb drop itself. But what I did was, where this actually came to, the actual inset portion of the metal support bar did happen to drop right in the middle of the hole here in the middle. So what I did was I put a couple of pieces of popsicle stick here to secure that up, put the bars on there themselves, taped over them, hot glued them down a little bit, and there we go. So nice and sturdy. Okay, and then as far as here, what I've done, I came back here, used a little servo arm, and basically used my prop hole wallower, whatever you call that, the you know what I'm talking about. Anything, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so nonetheless, I use that to make these little holes a little taller or a little wider. And then the reamer, that's it. I used a propeller reamer to get in there and make those holes a little bigger. And then from there, when the metal rods came up, I just kind of taped them down to the side, and that is how that works. I went ahead and used a heavier head screw there, and then a drop of hot glue when I put that in, so that's nice and sturdy, shouldn't spin. And as you can see, that should work. Muy bueno. So we'll see about that. All right, so now you know what the run cam or the FPV cam is for. It's for to catch some of these bombs after I drop them, because it'll be aiming backwards, and that's for the little Instant 360 Go. And only other thing I've done is I went ahead and put a little paper tape and all here just to kind of hinge that battery door. And there you go. Just covered these pool noodles also in some of that medical paper tape. I didn't do so much on the inside because you can't see that too well, but I did do good on the out. And then this is actually just some regular old blue tape kind of thing. I just cut it into little things there and taped it on there and hit it with the hot glue gun around the edge just to kind of melt the tape down. And then the run cam itself was just put up there with a couple of pieces of paper tape. Actually, I put one piece of Gorilla tape down first on this plastic, then I put a couple pieces of paper tape on the camera, one on the Gorilla, a little bit of smear of hot glue on both of those to let that sit on the actual surface, and then a drop of hot glue between them, sandwiched it on, boom, we're done. And I did put a little follow-up tail here just to make sure it stays kind of from going side to side. So there you go, that is our fun little water fun today we're going to try with that. All right, friends. So, what we're looking to do here is drop some streamers from this. Let's see. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do 4. Okay. Just in case something happens, I brought the Trifibian drone, which is a land, air, and water drone type thing. So just in case, I don't think I'll need it, but let's go ahead and get this battery on and see what we can do. All right, friends, here I am. I'm at the lake. Wind is starting to kick up just a little bit. It's heading basically from this direction straight in from the inlet here. Storm clouds above me. You know, they're there. It's the afternoon in Georgia. So there we go. I've got the Valiant here. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a spin. Do not have the drop bombs on it right now. This would be the first time I've ever flown the Valiant off of floats, although I don't expect it to be a problem. I just want to kind of keep it as easy as possible. I do have the run cam on top there, and then I do also have the Insta360 Go mounted up underneath there as well for a little rear view action. So we'll see exactly how that all looks and see how this goes. So stick around. All right, folks, like I said, these are the turbo timber floats. They already have the rudders on them. So let's see what we can do here. And we're up. I do have SAFE on. I always have a hard time with the Valiant when it comes to SAFE. So it, meaning that I can't get it to set the select switch. I checked all my surfaces. Everything is at 100% for travel. Everything looks good, but just have a hard time. I'll eventually get it. But anyway, so you're not going to see any flips or anything crazy here because, well, I can't do that. Seems to be flying pretty good though. Go ahead and power down a little bit. Go ahead and kill throttle. See how it does. Alright, he's going with the wind now. Still no throttle. Got to basically land him, bring him in right behind me here. Get some throttle now. And let's see about doing a little landing in another takeoff. There we go. No throttle. And he's up in it. Bring him around the other way this time. Bring him into line. Oh, I hear thunder behind me. Tree line. All right. Same thing. Let's bring them on in. And this will be for the radio stop. There we go, folks. That's how you do that. Thanks. And it looks like, yeah. And as you can see with the turbo timber floats on there, those rudders on there work pretty good. Oh, you can hear that thunder coming. But looks like we got a couple big drops. Throttle cut. That'll do, folks. Nice. So anyway, we're kind of waiting it out, but because that's what I got right over there. That's a big old nasty monster. And the wind is now, you know, still blowing the same direction at my back right now. The lake's down over there to the left. So we'll see. But you know, I'm just phone looks good. Everything in the phone looks good. So we'll see. Stick around. I really want to take advantage of this huge field area right now that's open. Launch from the lake over there, put the bombs on here, have maybe Hunter fly the drone, watch those bombs come down, drop them somewhere in this big grassy field. But yeah, Mother Nature may have something else to say about that. Yeah, bitch. Alright friends, well I had to retreat to the car here. I was waiting it out to see what was going to happen, and the wind started kicking up and then the rain came in, so this is what we're dealing with for right now. But just like last time, I'm going to wait it out a minute or two and see what happens, because I'd really like to get that AeroScout up, and I'd like to try that Valiant on the water with those whistle bombs while I still have this huge field. So I'm going to wait it out. So if you can wait a couple of seconds, it's going to be a couple of minutes to me. Well, then let's do that together. Stick around. All right, folks, well, we waited it out, and sure enough, the storms have passed, at least for now. Got some clear skies, so we're going to go ahead and with phase 2 with the Valiant. We went ahead and brought the AeroScout over too. All right. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, both of those rudders are a little weird. Huh. Oh well. Let's see what we can do here. All right, folks. Oh, shoot. Just gonna send it. Or not. No. Well, it's because it could be because those rudders are both aimed weird. Because I can't really get it to turn this way. This thing just doesn't want to come back. Well, it's turning now, but yeah, those rudder things are kind of causing me an issue. Okay, I got him turning now. Let's go flaps down so he doesn't. Streamer sack, unfortunately. Dropped one of the streamers immediately into the water. So we're gonna have to take two on this. Dag snigget. What is that? Is there a jellyfish in the dang lake? What is that? That is a wackadoo. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty gross. Okay, throttle cut.